My name is David Beay, and today I'm going to present to you a discussion about learning strategies for adults and how to be successful. How to use adult learning strategies for success. As an adult learner, I've had successes and failures, and one thing I have learned is you need to take those failures and dissect them and figure out what went wrong here, why didn't this work for me, and the next attempt you make at learning, try to change that to fit into your life better. Don't fear that failure or get down about it. Embrace it, learn from it, take something from it. As an adult learner, I feel less fearful of being foolish. Maybe when you're a kid, you feel foolish if you don't know something or you're embarrassed. When you're an adult, I think that goes away. Or if it hasn't for you, let it go away. It doesn't matter if you look foolish. If you look foolish, but you learn something, then you're the better one for it. Let's look at why are you learning as an adult? To increase your pay. Everybody wants more money, and there's many reasons for wanting more money. You need to get out of debt. You want to take care of your family. You want to put your kids through college. You want to enjoy the finer things in life, such as a better house, better clothes, vacations, or you want to retire in comfort. These are all motivating things to have you return to school and be an adult learner. New opportunities. There may be things you want to do, but as you look at where you're at in your education, these doors aren't going to be open for you, and an education is going to help them open up. A hunger for knowledge. There are very specific things that I'm interested in, that I want to know more things about, and I just want that knowledge, personal knowledge from that. Maybe you were forced to by your employer. Plenty of situations where, hey, look, we think you're a good employee. We want you to continue working for us, but if you don't increase your skill set, we may not have a position for you in the future. Or finally, maybe you were displaced by an industry that became obsolete or moved. I have some experience with that. Just awareness of it. When I graduated from high school in the 1980s, you looked around the Midwest and you saw a lot of industries that used to be giants that were closing, laying people off, that seemed like they were sort of dying. Companies like Briggs and Stratton, A.O. Smith, American Motors, they were struggling to be with a global economy, and they had a workforce in them, large workforce of people that made very good money with very little education. Simply working hard, they were able to get jobs that didn't require a lot of skill, frankly, and they could make a lot of money doing them. And that money bought houses, took care of kids, put food on the table, clothes on people's backs, all those things. But some of that has moved away, some of it's changed, and now a job like that is not as attainable. It's just, they're just not out there like they used to be. Take what you're learning, keep it relevant is the slide here. And what I'm saying is take what you're learning and apply it to your current roles. Everything that I am learning as an adult learner, I'm trying to then take back to my present job and apply it in a way that can improve my situation or just improve how I perform at work. 5 years ago, I needed to have a deeper understanding of gas burner systems. I took multiple classes at a technical college. I read a couple of books related to it, and I became technically proficient in this topic. And it was something that I needed for my job, and it helped me have a deeper understanding of a product that we manufactured and help me troubleshoot it, fix it, and teach to others how it operated. That is the type of learning that I find the most satisfying for me. Currently, in the type of work that I do, communication is a big topic. How I communicate or how my department communicates with others. I work in a technical support call center that where communication is everything. Perception of how of the things that are being said or written is can be different than what you intended. So I have returned to Cardinal Stritch with those particular two pieces in mind: communication and verbal and written communication. I am trying to take everything that I can from this education into those two topics. I mean, to the point where I am sometimes rephrasing emails that I used to not think about before I sent. I just structuring them better, trying to convey my point in a clearer way, so that the recipient of this information can understand it better. Problem solving and critical thinking, both talked about in this class. That critical thinking is very important in technical support. You need to be able to listen to what a problem is, take in all the facts you can, ask for more if you need them, and then take just those facts and begin to piece together a troubleshooting path or a hypothesis as to what took place. Often, technical support representatives jump to conclusions of things that they've seen in the past. Well, I've seen this in the past. This must be what it is, and that can burn you from time to time. I mean, sometimes that works. Sometimes you get away with it. Other times you can get burnt by that. Critical thinking and problem solving. Two things that, as an adult, you sharpen, you hone, and take it back to what you currently do every day. Integrate emotion. By emotion, I don't mean negative emotion or emotion that gets in the way of things, because sometimes that happens. But the emotion of real life experiences while you're learning. You read things about how to effectively do something, and you can apply it to a past experience you've had. It's helpful to visualize a past experience and apply it to something that you're learning. Um, storytelling examples. Tell a story about how you learned something, or something you learned was utilized. Uh, Animating inanimate objects is something I think of when I think of integrated motion. I have taken many classes that involved mechanical repair or computer theories, and I had a teacher early on in a computer theory class who used to animate an inanimate object, and it helped me learn. Um, it started with a particular class about the internet and how a computer connected to and it started with how did the computer connect to the internet? And she would act the part of the computer, and she would scream out, "I need an IP address." And she would say that to a server, and the server would respond, "Computer number, blah, blah, here is your IP address." And very simple example, but I use it currently today on repairing of equipment that I talk to technicians on. Equipment that makes steam, cooks food, multiple functions that it performs. I act like, okay, the oven says, all right, I need water, bring on water. Why am I not getting water? Things like that. I think that this helps technicians understand how to fix equipment. The next slide, remember your background. I think this goes along with emotion. Bring your history, bring your skills, your terms, your practices, where you've been. You know, you're an engineer, you're taking a class on a new topic. Bring your engineering terms and technologies and skill sets to that class, and use them in that same class. Explore your topic. Once you're given a topic, you know, an adult learning situation, you know, think about it, poke at it, find out other information about it. Take what the instructor is giving you, the materials that the instructor is requiring you to use, but then take it beyond that. Look on the internet, look at other books, library, find ways to learn as much as you can about that topic, and for yourself, simply for yourself. The nuts and bolts of school can sometimes be difficult for an adult learner. You know, as an adult, you have a lot of things going on. Families, responsibilities outside of school, working full-time. Try to break down your assignments into small chunks and say, all right, I got a few minutes, I'm gonna try to get this chunk done. You know, where I work, I get an hour for lunch, which I rarely take a full hour. A lot of times I'll take a half an hour, but if I have a school assignment, maybe I'll take 40 minutes and I'll eat my lunch at my desk and work on that assignment. I've sat in my car working on a laptop while I waited to pick up my daughter from an event or a practice of some sort. Just break these things down into little pieces and then complete them in that same fashion. Seek feedback and support. It's very important to seek feedback. I think the first 3 classes I've taken, I've gotten some good feedback from instructors. I've tried to take what they are telling me and fix it. I don't want to. I want to look at it as constructive criticism. Sometimes people get defensive if they're criticized for something, and you have to let go of that as an adult learner. It's not personal. It's simply you're spending money to learn, and someone is teaching you or coming back to you and saying this is what you need to do to improve. Take that, embrace it, learn from it. I try to tell this to my daughter. I mean, throughout your entire life, your job, people are going to constructively criticize your work, your situation. Try to look at it and say, is there truth to this? And accept that and make an adjustment. Along with this support, looking for support, leverage all the resources that are available to you online, through the school, the availability of the instructor. All these things are there for you to utilize to make your experience of learning as an adult be a success. So thank you, and I hope that this was helpful.